All right, we've got a little Stadium Club baseball on tap tonight. It's actually a new release from yesterday, but we spent yesterday opening Elite Football, so we're going to tear into some Stadium Club tonight. As always, before we start ripping, we go over some information to get everybody up to speed and on the same page, so we're going to roll right ahead with that. First up, about feedback, that is easy. Mine is automated, so anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get the same in return. Win-win. And of course, the other message there is just to say thank you. I appreciate you bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me, keeping me company, and all such as that. This is a look at breaks that are coming up on eBay. So this stuff is already listed. It's up there available for bidding, and we're going to be breaking it over the course of the next few days. Tomorrow night is Leaf Autograph Baseball Bats, a 3-box case of that, and it's the last of the Leaf bats that I have on hand, and another case of Elite Football. Tomorrow is actually the release day for Chronicles Basketball as well, but I messed up, and I thought it was next Friday, so I didn't realize that at the time, and I realized it the next day, so we'll open a case of Chronicles Basketball on Saturday instead of Friday. On Sunday, we're going to open the back half of the Stadium Club baseball that we start tonight. We will finish it on Sunday. Monday night, a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys and a case of Topps Finest baseball. On Tuesday, it will be Chronicles basketball case number 2 as we head into our holiday week next week. Here's what you need to know for tonight. Stadium Club. I'm expecting it to be on the way to you approximately Monday. Now, if I can get it out to you faster than Monday, I will happily do so. But, of course, Saturday is a really short post office day. Not a lot of hours open. I have to rely on my carrier pickup, and some Saturdays he's early and some he's late. So we're going to plan on Monday and be on the safe side there. I don't think we need to worry about consolation cards. There's a ton of cards in this break, and I'm confident every team will pull at least some cards of some sort. So first up, or the only break tonight, not first up, just entirely tonight, it's an 8-box half case of 2019 Stadium Club Baseball. It is break number 1. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Thursday night, the 27th of June. Team names are on the left-hand side. Our winning bidders across from each team there on the right-hand side. And, of course, with this being the start of a new case, we're going to handle it the way we do most of our new case things, which is that I'm going to take all of the boxes out. I will number them on the end and then use random.org to determine which ones we open tonight versus which half will be in the next break on Sunday night. Now, you probably noticed just there that your background changed a little bit. It went out of focus, but please don't worry about that. That is on purpose. We're going to be able to see the cards up close and personal that way. So let's get all these out of here. Where's going to be the best place to number these, I wonder? Maybe we'll try them on the long end. These are, kind of long, odd shaped boxes. You don't get a whole lot of products with this sort of shape. Mostly, I'm just looking for some place where when I number it, I can read it. So we know what box is what box when we figure out which half we're going to open here in a minute. But first, I got to get them all out. So they announced the All-Star starting lineup, I guess, tonight. I actually forgot that they were doing that. I missed the announcement for the most part. I caught like the last 5 minutes of the live show. Of course, we still don't know who else is going to be there. The player and coach selections and things like that determine the rest of the All-Star field, I think is not announced till maybe Saturday or something like that. That didn't show up right there. Maybe it will there. So this was just mostly, I guess, the fan vote. Of course, they've changed up the way they're voting this year. But Mike Trout got in easily. So did Cody Bellinger, George Springer, Michael Brantley, Christian Yelich. I can't think who else. But anyway, about who you would expect to be in there for the most part. All right, so our boxes are numbered up 1 through 16. And we're going to just make this real easy and roll over here to random.org. And I'm just going to simply type in 1 through 16. I will hit random one single time, and whatever 8 numbers come up first will open the corresponding 8 boxes. All right, there's our 1 through 16 in there, and it gives us 9, 12, 1, 15, 6, 16, 8, and 5. All right, how am I going to remember that? 1, 5, 6, 8. I got to try to remember them in order. 1, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 15, 16. Oh, I'm never going to remember that. All right, well, I'll go back and forth until I figure it out. So we can start out with 1, 5, 6, 8. Get that much out of here. All right, 1, 5, 6, and 8. Okay, there's half of what we need. And let me flip back over here for a second. And we need 9, 12, 15, and 16. All right, so there's 9, 12, and then 15, 16 by default have to be our bottom 2. All right, there's our half case. Let me get these others put back safely tucked away in their case, and then we'll get rolling. All right, so Stadium Club. There's a fair amount of base in here. I would imagine that most of you at some point or another, if not this year and past years, have opened up Stadium Club. So I'd say you probably know what to expect for the most part. But we're looking for 2 on-card autographs in each box, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. And by that, it's usually, I mean, I haven't looked at this year's yet myself, so I'm going to be looking at it first time with you here tonight. But typically, we'll find things with different color variations. So I fully expect to find that. And then, of course, we've got a box loader here, which I think we're going to be on the safe side and just cut into that so we don't have to stress about how sturdy that is on the inside. We can just pull it right out. So the Braves and Ozzie Albies get our first box loader out tonight for Atlanta. So box loader is kind of a new thing with Stadium Club. I don't believe we've had those in the past few years that I remember anyway. I think I would remember them, but I might not. Honestly, I don't open a ton of Stadium Club. Usually open a couple of cases, and that's about it. Not one that I open in massive quantities anyway, but I think this year, I don't know, I might have gotten 4 cases this year. I think I did get maybe a little bit more than I normally order, because we've got a big break in the action next week, you know, with it being the holiday. They're not really releasing much of anything next week, so a little extra time to fly through some things. Of course, the photography in Stadium Club is the cool part of it. It's what everybody who likes this set likes about it, and anybody who doesn't like this set, it's usually what they don't like about it. Oddly enough, it's such unique photography for baseball cards. It's just very different designs than we see in our other sets, and of course borderless and all that, which is pretty cool as well. And we're going to find, again, loads and loads of different things in here. So this first box will go a little slower, then we'll go faster through the rest. So some of these, I noticed the color's kind of bleeding out. I wonder if that helps if we move that out of the background. Not a whole lot, but anyway, you can see perhaps that is red on there. So that's just a variation that we have. The typical writing for the name on this is silver. And our first autograph makes an appearance out of box number 1, and that is DJ Stewart for the Orioles. Hi, Chuck. How are you tonight? You said you're just hanging out with us, just watching. Hey, man, I'm glad to have the company. Nobody's chatting tonight, so I'm especially glad to have the company. So another color variation, the Adam Jones there is black. So those are traditionally what you're going to find in Stadium Club. There's, I think there'll be orange and a couple of other colors, but that's essentially, those are your variations. Ash in Mississippi is here too. Well, I'm going to assume that means Mississippi. It says Ash in MS, so I'm just kind of going for Ash in Mississippi. So if that's wrong, you can hit me up and let me know. But basically, we're just going to call you Ash, maybe. Looking for the Astros tonight. So there's a little Mookie Betts insert, warp speed. I would assume that we will find more of those as we go along. But again, with this being a new product, it's my first pass through it tonight as well. And that is Experience of the Zone. Emperors of the Zone, sorry. Emperors of the Zone. Another insert. There's a red George Springer. And yeah, so kind of like that is how we go along with Stadium Club. Hello, Kirk. How are you? Power Zone, Ken Griffey Jr. I love Ken Griffey Jr. Mariners on that insert. And a Derek Jeter. What insert is this? Beam Team. Oh, that's a nice looking card design. I like that better than last year's Beam Team. I wasn't too fond of last year's Beam Team insert for sure. Another Power Zone. This is our first time to look at Manny. I guess that's just Manny's regular card, as it looks like an insert, but apparently it is not. Rogers Hornsby red for the Cardinals. I really kind of wanted to break this by the full case, but there are so many cards. I was afraid it would take forever to get them sorted and shipped. Brandon Crawford, Giants. So I'm going to use this first case as kind of a test scenario. And there's another Warp Speed to see how long, actually, that it takes to sort it. The breaking is never too bad. Felix Hernandez for the Mariners, red. It's not so much the breaking as it is the sorting and the shipping that can take forever when you get into high volume of cards, which I think even tonight we'll probably have, oh, I don't know, maybe 1,500 cards in this break, so it's pretty good, pretty healthy amount. Darryl Strawberry and the Mets. We pulled a nice Darryl Strawberry autograph out of something else recently, like really recently. Maybe was it out of Series 2? I don't remember. But we've been on a little bit of a Darryl Strawberry kind of kick. Shohei Ohtani, black. Edwin Diaz, red. And that's box number 1. All the cards do ship in this. I know I had several eBay messages asking about that. So it kind of works like this. My breaks are always going to have all the cards shipping unless it tells you otherwise in the description. And you know that spot in the description where it lists the date of the break and the time of the break, and it talks about the name of the product we're opening and the quantity of the product we're opening. It's all right there together. And it's in like really big type size, much bigger than the rest of the listing. In that area is where I always put if anything is different. So like if something got broken out, if base wasn't shipping or veteran base wasn't shipping or anything like that, that's where it will always tell you, just FYI. In the absence of it saying anything there, then you know everything ships. There is Carlton Fisk for the Red Sox with our next oversized card. And we got some rough edges. You can see kind of all down the left and along the bottom. Carlton here maybe had a little trouble when he was getting cut at the factory or something. Jay Allen, how are you, sir? We have only opened one box, so no Royals yet. It was a Met, and I've already forgotten who the first autograph was. It was Darryl Strawberry for the Mets, and oh my gosh, I really don't remember who the first one was. I'm going to have to look now. That's terrible. DJ Stewart in the Orioles. I know, I don't retain them for long. Unless they're really, you know, like if we hit Mike Trout or we hit a 1-of-1 or something interesting like that, I'm going to remember it, but the generic ones, you see how quickly I forget. I know. Terrible getting old, isn't it? Jay Allen, you've been having some pretty good luck with your Royals lately, so maybe we can keep your streak alive tonight, we hope, anyway. Because you have been pretty lucky with them of late. A red Ricky Henderson for the A's. A little Steven Strasburg. Carlos Santana insert. A red Starlin Castro. You know, I'm looking forward to the Yankees and the Red Sox in London. And the more I hear about it, the more interesting I think it's going to be. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're hyping it up so much. But I'm kind of thinking it might be fun. One of them, though, is like 10 o'clock in the morning. I think that might be this. There's 2 games. I guess Saturday and Sunday, right? I think Saturday and Sunday. And I think it is the Sunday one that is 10 o'clock in the morning. That's like so early for baseball for us. It's obviously across the pond, so not too early for them. But Carlos Santana, red Indians. But I don't know why I think it's going to be any different. Like, it's not. It's still just going to be Red Sox versus Yankees, which is always a good game. But just because they've hyped it up so much about, oh, it's in London and it's this and that and the other, I'm thinking, oh, I really want to watch that game. Jay Allen, you're going to hit the sack. All right, my friend. We'll keep trying to get some Royals for you. There was a George Brett Black for the Royals that we just now saw, but you might be gone. Mike Piazza, that's just a black and white photography, but I want to say that's probably not super common. We'll see. Once again, my first time looking through these as well. There's a Syndergaard that is a chrome variation for the Mets. I almost had forgotten that we find chrome variations in here from time to time. Red for the Indians. Carrasco. And there's the big Hurt for the White Sox, red. Here comes an autograph. Finally, like we haven't seen any of our autographs yet out of this box. They were kind of hanging out towards the end. David Justice comes out for the Atlanta Braves. We should still have one more hiding out here in this last half. We should come across one somewhere in here. Noah Syndergaard, Mets, red. And there it is. Oh, cool. It's Jake Cave. That's nice. For the Minnesota Twins. But see, I like the different photography on here. It's Pujols and the Angels. Like, I think it's really cool. Look at that. You know, I mean, come on, man. Who doesn't like that? That's actually an illustration, I believe. I don't think that's an actual photograph, but an illustration of Rod Carew. But regardless, the artwork, I guess I should say, I really do like in Stadium Club. But I'm always surprised. There are always people who are like, no, I do not like Stadium Club. All right. I guess it's non-traditional. So there's always going to be the people who don't like the non-traditional, I suppose. Did we have box loaders last year in Stadium Club and I just don't remember them? I really don't remember them. Did we? I don't really think we did. But either way, I think I've got plenty of things to ship them with, so we should be in good shape regardless. Chris Sale on this one for the Red Sox. Always challenging to figure out how to ship box loaders and things that are odd size like that. Can't believe we're almost at the 4th of July break. Or holiday, rather. I should say, not 4th of July break. Since we're doing card breaks, that's, yeah, right, the wrong word to use. But I can't believe we're almost at the 4th of July holiday. Yeah, CJ Allen, I don't remember them either. I don't really ever remember having box loaders in Stadium Club in the past. But I open it so infrequently. We just open it once a year. I don't ever rebuy it. And usually I don't open but 1 or 2 cases of it this year. As I said, I think I did order a little extra because of where it fell in the calendar. But I really don't remember them either. So I didn't really think we did. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, well, gosh, maybe we did. Matt Olson, that was black ink for the A's. But, in fact, I guess we didn't, if you're thinking the same thing. A Rizzo insert. But I always like box loaders. I think they're fun, just a little added value, so it's nice to have them. Josh Donaldson, red for the Braves. That just about went by me. Ryan O'Hearn in that little tiny autograph. But there it is, tiny though it may be. And that's our first autograph out of this box, or is it our second? Maybe it is our second. We had Cave out of here. Anyway, it's for Jay Allen's Kansas City Royals. So he continues to have a nice little streak going with his Royals hits. Ozzie red for the Braves. Acuna. That warp speed, I don't guess that was an insert. I mean, a different color. I was double checking it, but I think it's just the colors of the team that was mixed in there. I know, you just typed in Royals. I know, I saw your Royals come out of there. Jose Abreu and the White Sox. And there's our chrome Derek Jeter for the Yankees. That's kind of cool. Ted Williams. There's a red Aguilar, the Brewers. Man, that Tampa Bay Rays game went forever. I didn't even see the end of it. I had to, give up and start working. But it was, I think, 15 innings in, the last that I even saw. And they were still tied at 2-2. I don't know how many innings that game went. Scooter Gennett and the Reds. I guess that wasn't our second autograph out of this box, because here it is. It is one Kyle Wright for the Atlanta Braves. And that is Max Kepler. But that's kind of a cool looking Kepler, right? This is How We Baseball in the background there. 1 of 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 1 Evan. How are you tonight? You are asking about Rockies or Rays. I don't think we have had any hits for either one, as in autographs. Now, whether or not we've had parallels, I wouldn't swear to. That is Jeff McNeil. It was black for the Mets. But autograph-wise, I don't think so. Lorenzo Cain, red for the Brewers. Of course, you know I will recap it all at the end of the break. Jose Barrios, Twins, red. There's an In the Zone for Cal Ripken, numbered to 99. For Baltimore, of course. I didn't say for Baltimore, but probably everybody knows for Baltimore. Yeah, so we'll see after I do the sort and shipping for this how long it takes to do a half. And if it's not like an unreasonable length of time, maybe we'll break a full case after we do the first case. Obviously, the first case already we've split in half, so we know it's going to continue on that way. Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. But some of the subsequent ones we might be able to do as full. We'll just have to kind of time it out and see how it rolls. Not a whole lot of games on tonight. Most everything, I think, was played this afternoon, with a few exceptions. I think Dodgers, Rockies are playing right now. Or is it Dodgers, Rockies, or Dodgers, Diamondbacks? Dodgers and somebody are tonight. And Angels, I think, play a late game. Well, late for us. 10 Eastern. 7 Pacific. Most everything today was played already. George Springer back in action for the Astros. So I'm sure if you're a Houston fan, that makes you happy. There's Altuve. That is the chrome variation for Houston. Little Ken Griffey Jr. on an insert. A red Nico Goodrum, Tigers. And a red Robbie Ray for the Diamondbacks. A red Mondesi, Royals. And an autograph comes out. That's kind of a nice signature. Takes up a lot of space. We've got an inscription there below it, and it's for the Pirates, of course, with Nick Birdie. Oh, Ash, yeah, right? That's right. You're an Astros fan, so you are definitely happy that George Springer is back. Christian Stewart and the Tigers. You guys did really well with starters, too, for the All-Star game. Both Springer and Brantley making it in the outfield for the Astros. And I guess you had Bregman in the infield made it, I assume. I didn't actually see the infield list, but I can't imagine that Bregman didn't make it in the infield. I think he was way ahead in the voting the last I saw, so you'll have good representation in the All-Star game for Houston. There's a red Almora, Cubs. And a red Matt Chapman for the A's. We have a redemption. It's going to sit right there. And I didn't look at it. I don't know if you saw it or not. I actually didn't see who was on it. And I kind of like it that way. So I leave them face down up there in housekeeping. We flip them at the end of the break. Alfaro and the Marlins. And find out who's on the other side. And then we also go to the Topps website and just verify the teams. Usually we know the teams, but we still go pull up the checklist and make it all official on the screen. Canseco for the A's happens to be our Chrome card. So we try to keep as much information up on the screen as I can when we're doing things like redemptions and, you know, whatever we've got to work with, random.org, that sort of thing. Rosario and the Twins, red. All right, that box is in the books with the exception of the one redemption up there in housekeeping, which we will check out a little bit later. Bregman did make starting. Yeah, see, I thought there was like no way he wouldn't make that because he was so far ahead in the vote totals the last I had seen. So Astros very well represented in the All-Star Game starting lineup. And speaking of, there is Alex Bregman on a little box loader for the Astros. I wonder if those guys who play in the All-Star Game, if they're, I mean, I'm sure they're honored to be elected and it's cool, I'm sure, to be on the All-Star team, but I wonder if they also kind of in the back of their mind think, man, there goes my off week. You know, because obviously for the ones that are not participating in the All-Star festivities, they get a little R&R. It's such a long season and such a hot time of year. You figure probably some of the ones who don't make it are maybe a little bit kind of like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll sit home in my AC and watch it on TV or whatever. I mean, I think I might, did I just miss one in there? I think, no, I guess not. Just hit it wrong and I thought it was a color. That's probably how I would be. I'd be like, that's okay. I'm fine at home. An Alex Bregman red for the Astros. And we have an autograph coming up here for the Cardinals with Garcia. So St. Louis and Garcia, the first autograph out fairly early out of this box, which is box number 5, by the way. So we have tipped past the halfway point here, cruising along in box number 5. A black ink Trey Turner for the Nationals. A red Johnny Bench. You know I love my Johnny Bench, and that's like such a cool picture. For any catcher, I love when they do that. There's a short print in Series 2 that is, and actually it's horizontal, but it's Gary Carter, you know, close-up of his face in his catcher's mask. Wade Boggs and the Red Sox is our Chrome card. You said, Jay Allen, you want to get a George Brett autograph? Yeah, that would be nice. A George Brett autograph would be fantastic. Kyle Wright, red for the Braves. I definitely always liked George Brett. I like a lot of those old guys that were in my era, so to speak. You know, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, those players from like the late 70s and early 80s and things like that. I remember all those players rather fondly. Ash, what did you say comes with a bonus? Austin Meadows and the Tampa Bay Rays, red. And how about a little Diaz? Or Dietz, I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong. I thought that was a completely different player. But anyway, it is your Astros. It's just a completely different player than I thought it was when I glanced at it. It is Dean Dietz for the Houston Astros. So an autograph headed for Ash in Mississippi. A black Jeff Bagwell. There's our first orange. It's also for the Astros. First orange we've seen tonight, and it's George Springer on chrome, no less. So chrome, orange, Springer, Astros. That's been an Astros kind of box, I would say. This one has been. Oh, going to the All-Star game, right. Well, for sure. I mean, as I said, I know it's like an honor, and I'm sure the players don't feel at all like what I described, but Beltre and the Rangers, I can also imagine if you're not going that you probably are a little bit like, I can rationalize it. It's hot and it's a long season and I get a rest and they don't, you know. Glavine and the Braves on an insert with the red ink. A George Brett red for the Royals. And that box is in the books. Yeah, so Jay Allen, you're probably a little bit younger than I am then. I mean, I was, you know, growing up in the mid to late 70s and into the 80s. I would like to think by the time we got to the late 80s, I certainly would have been calling myself an adult at that point. So, oh man, guys, look at that. Now that, friends, is what I am talking about. A box loader, autographed, Ichiro, hand-numbered 2/5 for the Mariners. And you know what? I'm going to ask you to excuse me here for a second because I'm going to go try to find something to put that in right now. I think I have it. It just might take me a second to find it. But I do want to get that in something because that's nice. So hang on one second, guys. All right, I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm halfway there. I found half of what I need, but I got to find one more thing. Okay. See, this is not a thing I have to use very often, and had I realized ahead of time that we had box loaders in here, I would have had some setting out, but you know what? I kind of didn't realize it, so I didn't have them setting out. But nonetheless, I want to get that one squared away, so. Because that, kids, that's some money. And the Mariners, I don't remember what the buy-in was tonight, but nobody's buy-in was like super expensive. So whatever you paid for the Mariners, you just got yourself an enormously good deal here. Let's just get the man down in the top loader. Daggone it. Well, that's most, the card is in the top loader, the sleeve not wanting to cooperate. There, I think we're finally in there. Thank you for your patience. I just wanted to get that loaded up in something so that it was nice and safe and sound because, yeah, that's money. A lot of it. Midwest Card Collector. Hello. How are you, Midwest? And Ash in Mississippi, yeah, you and I are on the same page. He's like typed in huge in all caps. I agree with you. That is kind of a huge hit. First of all, it's nice to find a box loader that's autographed, period. But for it to be Ichiro and hand numbered to 5, that's an incredible hit. So congratulations if you have the Mariners on that one. All right, now that the excitement of me having to go dig around for things is over, we can move on. Alfaro and the Marlins, and we have Dakota Hudson autograph for the Cardinals. I think that might be the second autograph for the Cardinals, but I wouldn't swear to it. Christian Stewart red went by, and there's a Hank Aaron chrome for the Braves. And a red Brad Keller for Kansas City. I hear fireworks outside. Mark Trumbo red. Yeah, somebody in my neighborhood likes to start fireworks, I don't know, like a week ahead of time, and then they do them from pretty much now until probably 2 or 3 days after the 4th of July. So we'll probably have fireworks for about 10 days. Yu Darvish and the Cubs. And next up, that's nice too, Ramon Laureano for the Oakland A's. And see, that's just a cool shot, man. Like, you're not going to find that photograph on any other card besides a Stadium Club card. And I just love it. I love the non-traditional photography of Stadium Club. That one was black, Nelson Cruz and the Twins. There's a black and white Ian Kinsler for the Padres. A DJ Stewart black for the Orioles. Oh, Jay Allen, you can hear the fireworks? Wow, I'm surprised you guys can hear those because they're not like my immediate neighbor. It's slightly down the road a little bit, and I can hear it, but I'm surprised that you guys can hear it. But I guess I shouldn't be if I can hear it. I guess the microphone would pick it up, same as being here, but hopefully not quite as loud for you as it is here, we hope. All right. There is a red, I cannot say that guy's name for the Braves, Fultonowicz or something, but whatever his name is, we can just call him sent back down to the minors because that's what happened to him. So for now, that's what I'm going to call him. Mike sent back down to the minors for the Braves. Midwest card collector, are you talking about the Laureano that you like or something different? If you're talking about the Laureano, I love that card. It's so awesome. Just everything about that card to me is really cool. Oh, that's right, Jay Allen. I forget you do have headphones. It probably does make it easier to pick up all the ambient noise when you have on headphones as opposed to listening to it otherwise. Yeah, that makes sense. Why you would hear it probably more so than maybe some of the others. Mr. Benintendi for the Red Sox. Again, kind of rough in some spots. That bottom edge, lower left corner, some up here as well. Right, well, actually all 4 corners and a little bit down the edges on both sides. So some of these box loaders are not really what I'd call perfectly cut. They're not horrible, but they're also definitely not great. Some of them. Yeah, the Laureano. Okay, I thought we were talking about the same thing, but you know what? Sometimes it takes a couple minutes for chat to pop up. So by the time, like you guys have typed it in probably right when I've said it, but it doesn't pop up on my side sometimes for a couple minutes. And by the time I see it, sometimes I don't remember what we were talking about. I know that's awful. But I'm multitasking. You gotta give me a little credit for multitasking in terms of my poor memory. Oh, see, I didn't even notice a truck go by. Jay Allen said he heard a truck go by. I didn't even hear that. So I must have tuned that out. Yeah, mostly I just noticed the neighbor's motorcycle and then the fireworks. I don't pay that much attention to the rest of it. I probably just am used to the rest of it. Oh, that's a nice looking card too, just because I like the Coca-Cola neon in the background. Matt Olson red for the A's, and we have ourselves an autograph out of this box. Max Muncy for the Dodgers. Cool little hit for LA. Yeah, Midwest Card Collector says he noticed there's a little lag. Yeah, I got to figure out what that is because it didn't used to. There was always a little bit of a delay, but it was, I don't know, maybe 20 seconds or something. Jeff McNeil with the Mets. And I think now it's probably closer to like a minute or so. And it has something to do with the latency settings. And I believe that those latency settings probably changed a little bit, Ozuna and the Cardinals, the last time this broadcast software did an update. And I just never remembered to go back in and change it. Miles Straw red for the Astros. So I think I can actually have chat be closer to real time. Travis Shaw for the Brewers red. But the trade-off is it can sometimes lead to more buffering. So I'll have to get in there and play around with that a little bit though, before I forget to do it again. So our next autograph out, this is for the Tampa Bay Rays. Nicholas Suifo? I can't say his name. All right, I'm going to just lay it out there. I have no idea. I can't say his name. So Nicholas. Shane Bieber, Indians, black. A red Josh James, Astros. Our chrome card, Ryan O'Hearn for the Kansas City Royals. Wow. So Ash says that he hasn't seen this much veteran ink in any of the, and he says we've had more veteran ink in this half case than he has seen come out of 5 full cases combined, you mean? Wow. Well, that is kind of crazy. Brooks Robinson red for the Orioles. Of course, for me, you guys know I enjoy pulling veterans in the Hall of Famers, and I'm not just chasing rookies in tops. So for me, I like getting vets and Hall of Famers. Not everybody does, though. Trevor Bauer and the Indians red. That is a chrome Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers with, for some reason, the Budweiser Clydesdales in the background. Like, I guess, I don't know, maybe that's a billboard or whatever behind him. Kind of odd, that one, but anyway. Yeah, the only place I'm really chasing rookies, and they're not even really rookies, they're prospects, is Bowman. And, you know, I love my Bowman, so I am definitely, that's where I get my fill for the youngsters. So wonder what the other half of this case is going to have in it, because honestly, I think the first half's been pretty darn good. I've been happy with the first half. Of course, that Ichiro is really the home run out of here for sure. Fantastic hit. So our final box loader. Oh, it's the Babe. Babe Ruth and the New York Yankees. The last box loader out. And of course, I've knocked something over there. Of course, this brings us to last box mojo time. That's right. This is where we try really hard to focus our mojo collectively and pull something incredibly awesome. We've already pulled something incredibly awesome with the Ichiro. Now we're going to try to find another incredibly awesome thing here with Last Box Mojo on the line. After we finish looking through box number 8 here, we will then flip over the redemption that's setting up there in housekeeping, and we'll find out who's on the other side of it. Head over to the Topps website to verify the team, because that's just how we roll around here. And then, after all of that fun stuff, we'll recap. Hold the phone here. Why are some of these turned the opposite way? I hate when they do that. Oh, and the same thing in this one. Half of them going one way and half of them going the other way. The other packs were not like that. So, 2 packs in a row. Weird. Well, there's another one. This whole little group of packs. Strange. Hi, Kirk. You need something good for San Francisco? All right, let's work on it. And Ash needs a gold Astro. We haven't seen any gold tonight, have we? Well, when we've only seen the one orange, it was the Astros. Yu Darvish for the Cubs, black. I don't think we've seen any gold tonight, actually. Walker Buehler. Probably still on the mound for the Dodgers. I don't know what inning they're in, but I think it's probably pretty early in that game. He's a Kentucky guy. Albert Pujols, Angels, our chrome card. And there's Mike, got sent back down to the minors, black for the Braves. A red Max Muncy for the Dodgers. So, Ash, of the other cases that you've seen, how many vets were coming out on average? If you're saying that, like, it sounds like hardly any out of the cases that you watched. Is that right? Ted Williams, red for the Red Sox. And an autograph for Corey Dickerson and the Pittsburgh Pirates. I tell you what, Corey Dickerson has been playing really well of late, by the way. So another veteran autograph there to add to the legend of the case, I suppose. That is a red Bryce Wilson for the Braves, a chrome Ryne Sandberg for the Cubbies, a red Rizzo, Cubbies, a red Nick Martini for the A's. These are really puffy out of this last box in particular. They're not, they've got, frankly, they've got a little bit of the, you know how you have cards that have the chrome coating and they'll have a little bit of curvature to them as a result of the coating. For some reason, some of, probably about half of these Stadium Club cards are kind of curvy and odd this year. Not quite sure why. Nemo and the Mets. Maybe from the foil stamping that they're doing to put the color on it? I mean, I don't know. Ryan Borucki comes out for the Toronto Blue Jays. So the other cases, you've only been seeing one veteran per case on average. Wow. Yeah, well, we have blown that out of the water. Yeah, we definitely have. I will agree with you on that assessment then. Huh. Interesting. Aaron Nola for the Phillies. Insert. A red Ahmed Rosario for the Mets, and a red Vlad Guerrero Sr. for the Montreal Expos, which of course Expos of the old days are the current Washington Nationals, so that goes to the Nats. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to get a few little things organized that we're going to be recapping. And then we will flip our redemption, and then we'll do our recap. All right. So that's a little recap pile, and that's a little recap pile, and this, we still have to find out what it is. Hi, Tracy, by the way. Looking for some Cubs. Let's hope your Cubs are maybe on the other side of here then. It is Christian Stewart, which will be Detroit Tigers base card autograph. But let's go make it all official and things by rolling on over here to the Topps website and finding the checklist. I hate the new way they have this in here. Like, I can never, ever find what I am looking for in here. I can never find the checklist that I want. Where in the heck is the checklist that says Stadium Club? There we go. Good grief. All right, and we're looking for the base card autograph, so let's get ourselves down here to that section. No, not Chrome Variation. Not Beam Team. Good grief. They're just going to make our lives difficult, aren't they? Not the Chrome Variation, just base card autographs, finally. All right, and there you'll see Christian Stewart, Detroit Tigers, exactly as we expected, but now it's all official, all up on the screen and official-like. So then, let's recap it. Let's see what we found tonight. So we had two that were black and white in here. Mike Piazza for the Mets was one of them. And the other one is Ian Kinsler for the Padres. So I'm going to go ahead and get those sleeved up. Our Chrome cards, Ryne Sandberg. Noah Syndergaard. Why did I say Ryne Sandberg? I have no idea. That is Noah Syndergaard for the Mets. And I have no idea why I looked at that and thought it was Ryne Sandberg. Derek Jeter for the Yankees, Jose Altuve and the Astros, Jose Canseco for the A's, which is chrome and orange, of course, for the A's. Wade Boggs for the Red Sox, the George Springer, which is orange chrome for the Astros. A little Hank Aaron, of course, Milwaukee Braves of old are the current Atlanta Braves, so that goes to Atlanta. That is Ryan O'Hearn, chrome for the Kansas City Royals. A chrome Clayton Kershaw that is also a refractor for the Dodgers. In the weird Budweiser Clydesdale kind of background. And then Albert Pujols for the Angels. Once again, a refractor and chrome. So that is that part of the recap. Whoops, we left. There's Ryne Sandberg. No wonder I said Ryne Sandberg a while ago. I guess I was looking up there and thinking, oh, there's one left. And I picked up Syndergaard and said Ryne Sandberg and then still forgot I left him up there. And there he is. It eventually all works out. So then we have the Tigers and Christian Stewart redemption. Ryan Borucki and the Toronto Blue Jays. Corey Dickerson for the Pirates. And there's Nicholas Suifo or whatever for the Rays. You know, I can't say his name. Max Muncy, Los Angeles Dodgers. Love, love, love the design of that card. So awesome. So awesome. Ramon Laureano for the A's. Probably my favorite thing we saw tonight. Dakota Hudson for the St. Louis Cardinals. And there's a little Dean Dietz for the Astros on a hollow foil as well, by the by. Garcia for the St. Louis Cardinals. There's Nick Birdie for the Pirates. Kyle Wright for the Braves. Ryan O'Hearn for the Kansas City Royals. Jake Cave for the Twins. David Justice came out for the Braves. Darryl Strawberry and the Mets. And DJ Stewart for the Orioles. Now, we got a big gun left to look at, as well as the rest of our box loaders. So we have Babe Ruth for the Yankees. Andrew Benintendi for the Red Sox. Alex Bregman and the Astros. There's Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. Chris Sale, Red Sox. Carlton Fisk, Red Sox. And Ozzie Albies for the Atlanta Braves. And then this beauty, this is an incredible hit. I'm trying to get it at an angle where there's not so much glare from the lights and whatnot. But anyway, you can see it, I think, hopefully. It's an Ichiro for the Mariners. It's hand numbered to 5. And that, of course, our box loader. And what a fantastic hit for the Mariners. That's the hit of the break right there. So congratulations to the Mariners. All right, so that's the break. That's the recap. I will put up shipping information, etc. one final time here for anybody who logged in late. If you missed it earlier, coming at you right now. Looking at a Monday shipping date, most likely. As always, if I can get something out to you faster than the date that I have there, I will happily do that. But that's my best estimate. Got to remember Saturday, they have short hours at the post office, so I am entirely dependent on what time my carrier runs his pickup. Sometimes it's early and sometimes it's late, but I never count on getting a lot done on Saturday because it's usually earlier than I would like. We are looking next at breaks that are coming up. So this is the stuff that's already listed on eBay. We're going to be digging into it over the course of the next several days. So tomorrow night, we're going to break a case of Leaf autographed baseball bats and another case of Elite football. On Saturday, we'll break Chronicles basketball by the full case. That's actually a Friday release. I messed up. I forgot to list it to end on Friday because honestly, I thought it came out next Friday. And so when I realized it, we listed it for the next day. It'll all be fine. On Sunday, we're going to break the back half of this case of Stadium Club that we started tonight. On Monday, a 5-box case of Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys and a 7th and final case of Finest Baseball. On Tuesday, we will break a 2nd case of Chronicles basketball. So that's what our days ahead look like, and I guess that's pretty well got me covered for tonight. So thanks once again, everyone, for being here. Always appreciate it. Glad to have you. I hope I'll see you again tomorrow night, but if I don't see you then, come back and see me soon. I always enjoy the company. So take care, have a good one, and we'll catch you the next time. Bye now.